The Elimination Chamber is set. We got 6 gentlemen and 6 ladies that are going to compete for that #1 spot at WrestleMania. Who's going to win? We don't know. Michelle McCool headed to the Hall of Fame. Demolition signing a Legends contract. All this and more. It's a Spandex Stand-Ups. So hyped to be back this week, joined by a good buddy of mine. Hadn't seen him since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Corey Perry back in the house.
Yeah. What's up?
How you doing,
What's
man?
up, you smelly marks?
How you doing,
I'm
man?
doing good, brother. How are you, man?
Good. You've attended some wrestling shows since the last
man.
time I saw you.
Yeah, man. I've been fortunate enough to go to Dynamite in Clarksville right after the first of the year, and then I just went to Monday Night Raw on the 10th there in Nashville, man. So, you know, I was getting my feel.
Me and Evan love to talk about how the production for WWE has just stepped up.
Yeah.
How was the live event?
The live event that was as smooth as ever, right? Because you go to those shows, it's like clunky, but also like one thing I did notice that actually just dawned on me now that the pre-Netflix, the commercials in arena were rampant, right? It's a much more streamlined experience now that Netflix is in play. Now they're doing like the straight shows too, so like you're not getting bombarded in between segments with like the same whatever this year's version of My Sacrifice is,
My Sacrifice.
Yeah, right. You're not hearing the same Creed song over and over again.
Well, speaking of songs, how do you feel with the people are hating on what is it, Def Rebel?
What, man?
Song?
You know what? I want to pile on to this train too, because like I forget when like the internet caught on to it, but like 2 or 3 rumbles ago, and I distinctly feeling like everybody else was like, you hear the bell, you hear the horn, and then you're like, who the hell is this?
Well, we were doing the live stream here, watching the Rumble, and there was quite a few times this year.
Yeah.
I had to wait for the name to pop up on the Titantron.
Right.
It's insane
terrible.
to me.
That's terrible. And
they're setting Logan Paul up here, and he has the most generic music I've ever heard.
It's terrible.
I miss CFO.
And it just says Mavericks all over and over and over again,
Maverick. Where did that come from?
I think it's from his social media, that's vlogging persona. That's like the name of his company. He's a Maverick. Okay. Oh my god,
that's ridiculous.
Really big dude.
Yeah,
big dude. Big dude. He's say what you want. I won't, but but that guy does professional wrestling, really does.
I mean, that's the thing I've always said. Hate the guy, but man, he could go in the ring.
Man, he just didn't go to that one Forest. I could let that go.
Yeah, a lot of people.
But and the heat he got, bro. Like I was just to be in the building, and
it's real, huh?
The pitch is different, bro. Yeah. It's pitch, and like if Big Brother wasn't a thing and everybody wasn't being filmed at all times, I'm pretty sure there would have been stuff thrown at this man.
Really?
Like it was like Universal.
So that's real. Because when Dom started getting booed, people were like, "Oh, that's pumped in." That's fake.
Well, yeah. We hear what you hear on TV.
That's
it's pretty, and it's visceral. It's like. It's like it's not a go away heat, but it's like it's up there.
It's up there.
It's up there. But he's so good. It'd be different if he was bad, but it's really good.
I'll give it to him. He can talk through it too.
Yeah. Yes. That too.
Because a lot of people would fold.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine doing your set during constant boo?
Yeah. Oh. No.
Like my man's like, nope, I'm marching through
this. I mean, you know what? If you got to, you must.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
We've all had those gigs where like just get through our material.
Everybody, we could always have a Bill Burr in Philadelphia moment. I think that's the epitome of that experience. It's like if you could go through your own heat and dig yourself out of it. as a stand up, bro.
Without digging deeper,
right? You know, don't bury yourself, bro.
Oh,
No. Work yourself to a shoot, brother.
For sure.
Work yourself to a shoot.
Well, we got so much to talk about. Let's do a little bit of news up top. Like I mentioned, Michelle McCool headed to the Hall of Fame.
This is just how I feel. Michelle McCool in her time, right? I distinctly remember when the diva search, right? She is quintessential diva era.
The mid 2000s.
Right. Ruthless aggression diva era, right? And it wasn't until she got with Layla L and Lay Cool became a thing, right?
Yeah, the Mean Girls Club.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The whole Piggy James angle with and it's just her and Layla together, just super entertaining.
Yes.
So as to give Michelle McCool a due, she had to weather that era and make the best of it. And she did.
Yeah.
So,
they cut the Divas title in half.
Yeah, it did. They did. They did. That was a good time. That was, they were just fighting over it and just split up. It was like, oh, we love it, And like Layla L, just give her her footwork in the ring was something too. Dude. She did this double springboard inside the corner, man, and she was smoother than the cat, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like she spent hours just training in that corner.
Yeah,
because when she would bounce, insane.
It's great.
Technical wise, terrible.
Yeah,
in that corner.
Yeah, and then Michelle McCool, she was serviceable. Yeah, she was pretty physical, and and drew my ire for using the Styles Clash, the face breaker, as a finish. But you know what? If you're gonna use anybody's move, it might well be AJ Styles.
She pulled it off.
She pulled it off. You know what I mean?
She, like you said, to get to your point, she worked with what she was given.
Yeah.
She was at that era where they were actually given a little bit of a chance to go in the ring.
Yeah.
But they still were doing it in, bra and panties matches.
Yeah, man. I know I listened to her on Chris Van Vliet, and she mentioned that they had to retape a whole match because their punches and kicks looked too good. And I'm just like, oh man. Of all the things you did, you're old man. Why? What were you thinking?
Too good.
Too good. That's sad.
Yeah. Well, one thing that this group was never called was Too Good. Demolition.
Demolition. You know what? It's high time. I think.
Yeah. I wonder why it took them so
long.
Was there some backstage?
Yeah. Well, they were a part of the concussion.
Oh, they were in the lawsuit. I didn't know
they were in part of that class action. So, I think a lot of those guys are going to start getting picked up now.
We're seeing more Legends deals more than ever.
Yeah. So, I think this era of WWE is going to Triple H's era is treating the history of the business right. So, it makes sense, Yeah, I got back, of all the things that Hunter's done, excuse me, Mr. Levesque has done,
Mr. Levesque.
He is the game, and he's going to show Duke credit where credit's due because, he was in the trenches, you know what I mean? So,
he
Demolition.
Knows the lifestyle.
Yeah, man, the Demolition, Action Smash, and then that later had a Crush Roll,
I was more partial to Repo, man, but okay.
Oh, well, Barry Darso, man, finally get his due, bro. The Repo, man. And man.
Repo, man.
But Demolition, bro, those just gay biker dominatrix dudes is coming in and just killing dudes, bro. It was.
That's all I thought about in Dodgeball when everyone's like, oh, they're in dominatrix outfits. I'm like, no, they're in Demolition outfits.
Demolition, right? And to look like that, be their version of the War Warriors, which is and just have those great matches with the Hart Foundation and that Hulkamania era of tag teams, right?
The Rockers, the Bush
right?
Rockers.
Those guys did good business. So good for Axe, good for Smash. To get the bag. Get the bag.
Get merchandise again.
Merchandising.
We can get Demolition t-shirts now.
Right. Get him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Oh, that's next.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of Levesque getting it, we got two new things about. I heard the new wrestler minimum is $350,000 a year.
Oh my God.
Glorious.
I should have been start taking bumps. I should have taken bumps, bro.
And Road Dogg is the new co-lead writer for SmackDown.
Okay. So, do you? All right, which one? Let's talk about. What was the first one again?
350.
350 minimum. That's everybody.
That's the minimum.
That's everybody. Well, that's a good minimum. Great
Because I
minimum.
mean, travel's up. You know, they got.
This is on the road, right? This is on the road. Like imagine,
full time.
Imagine PC.
Which I mean, part time. Those guys are getting paid way more than this.
Way more per shot. Way more per shot.
Because I mean, 350. You got to think this is your, your Joe Gacy's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your Dexters.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't your Romans or your Seths or your even your LA Knights.
350. That's probably much the Undertaker was making. And like 96, bro. Right. You know what I mean? And that's with the downside guarantee, right? You know what I mean? Like, or like the guarantee back in the day was like 150, right? That's whatever, 100,000. I remember that's when Jared held up events for, right? So, you know, like
just the crazy stories. I love being reminded of just how crazy this thing is that we love so much.
Yeah, man.
You know?
And so, you know, good for the guys to have a competitive wage. You know what I mean? I think that is a good thing for the rest of the business as a whole. You know, nobody's, you know. I mean, granted, they still probably got to pay for everything too. You know,
I mean, that's not including.
You're still
flights,
independent contractors, right? You still, you know what I mean.
You just get a little bit better.
You pay them enough, all right? I don't want to get on my butt. You pay them enough not to go on strike, and now they're getting collective bargaining. Yeah, that's really.
If you're getting paid $350, you're not talking about unionizing.
I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. You know what I mean? I'm working what 4 days a week.
Yeah, the travel schedule's way better.
You know what I mean? So
way better.
And then now you can get off whenever you take time off whenever you need to. You know, so it's like, all right, boys.
That's key, man.
That is like all right. Cool.
What? He's creating a fun work environment.
Yeah, man.
Get out of here.
You know,
his father.
The pressure's already there too. Might as well have him relax. You know what I mean?
I mean, exactly. Like you're already. I already feel like less guys are getting hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane. Maybe, you know, not 300 days on the road wasn't the key to longevity.
Yeah, that may be, you know, and usually, it's funny, like, usually injury bug takes a lot of people out. Takes and ruin, you know, not ruins, but like, you know, like WrestleMania 35, like was injury bug bit, you know what I mean? Like a lot of them get hampered by that, you know. So, you know, hey, more money, less time on the road, more time with your family, you know.
Take time off, man. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
well, these guys can't take time off because we got the lineup is set for we'll do men's first. Priest, Seth Rollins qualified for the Elimination Chamber this past week. Joined John Cena, CM Punk, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre. Who walks out of men's chamber?
Well, this is, if I put my logically thinking brain on, I feel like John Cena would be the great choice, right?
Yeah.
But I also see it's like between Punk and Cena.
I think so too.
I think that's
going to be the last two.
Yeah, last two Punk and Cena.
Because I think Roman's going to screw Seth.
Yeah.
Because they're already going. And I love that we're getting that.
Yeah. The pairings are starting to, you know, everybody in that chamber match is going to be wrestling each other at Mania. I think it's
Evan's got a good point. He thinks that they're going to pair Logan Paul and Cena somewhat. He thinks Cena's not going to be near it. So he's thinking Logan Paul, Cena.
Logan Paul, that pesky Logan Paul.
Right. You got to pair him with somebody.
You got to put him in there, and Cena seems like the money match.
And they're talking about Priest and Drew McIntyre going to have a little feud.
Right, that's good. I think it'd be good for Damian Priest. However, I have a critique. Watched SmackDown this past Friday. Did not like the video package for him.
Okay. Yeah.
It was, you know, it was.
They've been hitting, and that one.
That one. You know, he's been, you know, him telling the story, him talking about being on his own. I like that for his character.
Right.
Just that music, brother.
Again, they're swanking.
Brother.
They're swinging and missing on the music.
You got enough money, license some things.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right?
That is one thing I will always give AEW credit for. If they want that song, they go get that song.
They will go get that song.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it makes, you know, for Tony Khan, that makes a bit. Pay for the final countdown. All he did, like, for 4 or 5 shows last year was I was like, buddy.
Good thing
I'm
you
glad.
got a lot of money, buddy.
Money, buddy, you know. But, you know, get back to those. I want them to get back to those, like, those old, like, Attitude Era promo packages, the hype packages for the matches, right? Actually, today I just had this YouTube channel. I think it's like TA16, TIHA16. What he does a supercut of the build up to a match.
Okay.
So like for like 2 hours, I was watching like and he called like the story of The Rock, Undertaker, and Kane versus Vince, Shane, and Triple H at
And
King
he
of
just got
Rings.
you so hyped.
Got
with
me,
the
got me
video
so
packages.
sick, right?
Yeah,
the video
dude.
packages in there too,
Yeah.
right? And like, you know, Undertaker, Stone Cold, fully loaded, like 99 or 98, something like that. You know,
It's
just to
crazy
do-
what a real good video package can get you hyped
too,
for.
right? And like just those, just this grandiose like opera hymns, like you know, and it's
Unless it's Ministry of Darkness.
yeah, like Teardrop Taker.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
man.
Teardrop
Love
Taker.
Teardrop Taker.
Ugh.
Getting sacrificed, you know?
Oh man.
I will say on the Seth Rollins beating Finn Balor, I know it had to happen. I just wish they'd do something with Balor. And Balor didn't kick out. The ref had to stop himself on that last, and they played into it. Seth pushed, gave the referee the crotch shot. That was pretty
you
good.
know, mistakes happen.
Yeah,
the human
yeah,
element happens. You know,
Yeah.
I think with Finn Balor, they're really stretching out this Judgment Day breakup.
Yeah.
They're really milking this thing. It's now New Day level milking.
Which
But
it paid off, so hopefully this will pay off.
Yeah. This
Because
will pay off.
they're still getting booed out of the
They're
building.
getting booed out the building, but like I think the issue is trying to find a pivot point for everybody as
Make
it's
it make
split up.
sense.
Have it make it
Because you
make
got to
sense.
make sure Carlito's taken care of.
Yeah,
You got to make this shoot Dom to the sky.
Yeah, you know.
Finn's got to look strong. You can't forget about Liv and Raquel.
Yeah, and at some point, I would like for Finn to bring back a version of the Demon.
Yes.
I think it's time.
He had some executioner hood on last night.
Yeah,
You could tell he wants to do
he wants
something.
to do the demon
know?
stuff. I
Yeah.
think like you really have Finn Balor on some loose cannon type
Yeah.
shit, and then you just have him just coup de grace people everywhere. Back
Yeah,
in the
man.
day,
Yeah.
just like, oh man, what are you doing at catering? Coup de grace, bro. Just give him all double stop and have him go.
I wonder what
Full
they were going
credit.
to do with Bronson Reed with WrestleMania season. Like, I wonder if they're going to keep going with him and Seth.
Yeah,
Talking about, injuries
they
mess
never
stuff
did.
up.
They never did the blow off for that.
No.
But I could probably see when Bronson Reed's ready, put him right back in there with Seth.
Yeah.
At a
Because it was
pivotal
working.
time.
It was working
At a
so
pivotal
well.
time.
Like
I
maybe
mean,
this be, he come back in when him and Roman's feud's coming down to an end, and
Yeah.
he takes out Seth
I
again.
wonder how long they can push that, right? Because usually, I don't know, this WrestleMania seems not as chaotic as years past. Maybe because we had so good last year. Now, we talked about it last year, we had real good with the road being as chaotic as it was.
And they listened to us.
Yeah.
They switched up plans when we said we didn't want what they were giving
Yeah,
us.
my issue is I'm thinking like they're listening, but they're not doing, but they're acting like they're listening. But also like there's a lot of different, there's no,
Do you think The Rock
no
messed up
clear-
this whole WrestleMania?
nah, man. I think Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble
Oh.
through everybody's bracket. Like that's, if anything, we're a bracket buster for WrestleMania.
That was
dude.
a 16 beating a 1.
Yeah,
For sure.
right, dude. That's like, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah,
okay,
got to pull the trigger.
gotta pull the
You
trigger.
think this is like Otis winning Money in the Bank level? Like, ooh, what do we do now?
No. That way he won that shit, bro. Just, I won it, bro.
He didn't even climb the ladder.
Right, so it's the Jey Uso of it all. It's the Gunther of it all, right? Because I imagine, right? Maybe it's so conditioned from years of Vince McMahon booking WrestleManias with two champions. In my mind, I was thinking a big star was going to win the Rumble,
Yeah.
right? One of the legacy stars,
Yeah.
and
CM
then
Punk, Cena.
and then the chamber match itself would be for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Jay would win the elimination chamber.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a Jay-esque type wrestler.
Right.
Yeah.
So like with Elimination Chamber right down the road, right? It's the men's match really has to hit to really send everybody off in their own, their own directions, right? When the dust is settled, you gotta have at least like 3 Mania matches set up just from that, just from the chamber,
Because Orton's got to come back and screw over. KO
Right
at some
now,
point,
Orton could come back in the KO Sami Zayn and
So,
section match.
How do you feel? That was my next question. Is I was so hyped, and I've been on a trail lately begging for Sammy KO at Mania. Looks like we're getting that at Elimination Chamber now. Non-sanctioned match.
That's cool.
So the rumor is we're getting that at Elimination Chamber. Orton Owens at Mania.
Yeah, I can see that happen. That's a better match.
Yeah.
I think we've already seen Sammy
KO.
and KO at
The
Mania.
only reason I wanted it at Mania was for the belt.
Yeah.
You know, when they were teasing that it could be for the belt.
Yeah,
Because my whole point with this whole past couple of weeks is I love it for Jay. Super happy for Jay.
Yeah. So
glad they pulled the trigger on a new person.
Yeah.
It could have been Sammy.
Could have been
and
Sammy.
KO could have won but I do like the spin that they're giving us as you were there. You've always had Roman's back. You sat there and watched me get destroyed.
Yeah.
Nice little layer to it.
Which, like, Kevin has a point.
Very much
Also-
so. He's the bad guy, but he's making the most sense.
Making the most sense. It's like, Kevin, man, you wildin', dude.
Yeah.
You wildin'. You know, it's because you got to lose more. You just like to fight. So like being good, being bad don't matter because you like to fight. You know,
Fight Owens fight.
You think you like to save a day? No, you don't like saving days. He's
No.
like fighting, bro.
Yeah.
So I want to see. I want to, and what's gonna happen with Sammy after this, right? You know,
I hope he just didn't get shoved to the back of the line again.
right? You know, because also it looks like we may be setting up AJ Styles. Braun Breaker, so
Yeah.
that maybe
These pairings are wild, man.
right? I mean, thank God it's 2 nights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Could you imagine the 7-hour marathon we'd get if
watch
it wasn't
every
2 nights?
second
Oh,
of
I'd
it,
watch,
but-
of course.
I would.
But by hour 6,
I would have to order food twice. You know,
I hope get the same driver.
same driver, bro. I'll be like, all right, hey, I'm gonna order these wings.
Hey, I'll see you in
wanna-
a couple of
I
hours.
want you to bring them here 6:30 pre-show. Right, watch the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. Right, maybe and then get through like first hour of Mania, right? Smoke a little Chiba, and then
Get your main course.
get the main course in. And probably get hungry again around like 2.5 hours. Then,
Yeah.
right. Wait for U.S. title match. Then
Shinsuke, LA Knight.
and then double up. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna get a burger this time. And then-
Yeah,
right.
and I'm gonna get tots this time with it.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm thinking
Love
of
some
greasy.
tater tots,
Me
man.
too,
Love
man.
tater
Some
tots.
greasy Sonic tater tots.
Oh my god! In the sleeve, come on.
Yeah.
How we feeling about the ladies' elimination chamber? Naomi qualifies. Roxanne Perez beats Raquel. That was a nice little twist
Didn't
there.
expect that, but good. That's
Alexa
good.
Bliss, Bailey, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair. I'm still feeling like there's going to be some kind of swerve. They either did one of two things with Jade's attack.
Yeah.
They either bailed on the storyline,
Yeah.
or they got something up their sleeve.
I think they got some of this thing.
I do too.
I
I'm
think.
hoping.
Well,
But blaming Liv and Raquel kind of sounded like
that's
a
a
cop
red
out.
herring. That's a red herring.
yeah,
That's a red herring. That's
Because they
too-
did be like, it wasn't us, but if it was, oops.
Well, oops.
I still
right.
feel like it's going to be Naomi. So she
feel
could
like
get
it's
in
gonna
with
be
the-
Naomi, right? And then where does Bianca fall in this?
I hope she turns heel with Naomi.
Right. And who can have the best possible match with Rhea Ripley
Bianca.
or Io Sky, depending on what happens the
Yeah.
next night, you know?
I think Bianca.
Could there be, or that could have that match have a weird finish, and then with the winner of the chamber have a triple threat. You gotta have Io Sky on the card somehow, right?
I love that, and that's why it's kind of throwing me for a loop with Rhea and Io fighting on Raw after, because I feel like something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love Io, Bianca, Rhea,
Who in the match is on Raw again? Bailey,
Liv,
Liv,
and Roxanne. Which I feel like Roxanne and Bailey are in the middle of something right now.
right? But I don't see Roxanne and Bailey are in the thing right now.
And then I feel like Liv, Raquel, Bianca, and Naomi got to deal with this somehow.
Do you give Alexa Bliss this big singles match?
I mean, did
She
you
hasn't
hear her
said not-
pop at the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, but she not said not one word.
And the glitch. We saw the glitch on Smack.
So, is there going to be a Y6 intervention going to evolve here? Because they're on SmackDown with her too,
Yeah.
right?
I'm very intrigued to see where they go with this, because
It's really up
by
in the air.
default. So say Bailey and Roxanne but then Alexa, the Wyatt Six, but then Naomi, Liv, and Bianca. Like there's literally anyone. There's a line for anyone in this match to win.
Right, and how do you pick or you do Bianca and Rhea, which I think that is the match you want.
Yeah,
I think that's the match that I feel like that's been looking at us for the past 4 years.
Yeah,
and
since they both made the main roster.
Right, and they've been separate this entire time, other than the War Games matches.
Yeah,
and they've been on the same side.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
So
but what do you do with the tag titles at that point? Do you let Liv and Raquel win it before then, and they do their own thing?
And then you probably have some crazy ladder match with the ladies for the tag titles.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Or some 4-pack challenge type situation. Some match with.
They gotta find a way to get as many people on the card as possible.
Yes,
that's why it's so funny. We keep adding matches and pairings and feuds. Before you know it, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is going to be on SmackDown. It's going to be on SmackDown beforehand.
Again.
Jacob Fatu and Solo had a little face off there. Is this the Fatu turn?
This is the inevitable. We knew this was going to happen as soon as Jacob Fatu landed on a television
and everyone was immediately
with him, because you think Jacob is ideally what Solo should have been, but Solo ain't that guy.
He's not, and I love Solo.
And Solo's not the guy.
I love Solo.
Solo's not the guy.
He's not the guy. And I just don't want him to get pushed way to the side on that, because I think him and Tama Tonga could be a great tag team.
Yeah. But Solo's
not the leader. He's
got
to
do
generation.
some humbling, right? He's and at some point Solo's gonna have to acknowledge Roman publicly, right? And what does that look like?
Yeah.
And then once the acknowledgement happens, because it has to happen,
still got to have some kind of payoff on how Solo got the Olafalu in the first place.
Yeah, Jacob. It's tough, man. You got to feature him immediately.
He's that dude. And they're letting him talk.
Letting him talk, man. He's
and people are eating it up.
Scary, bro.
As soon as someone says, "I don't like how he talks," you made it.
Yeah, man.
As soon as someone he talks too street. Like,
boom,
he made it.
Yeah,
that means that they're letting him be him.
That's money right there, brother. Man. Hell, you think you get King Kong and Godzilla? I'm both of them. I was like, that's crazy, bro.
And I love that they're letting him. I feel with that era of Triple H is you're getting more bullet points, than him scripting out your whole, which is what we need.
What's what we need? We need those guys. Hopefully, right? Let's pivot back to a point we skipped over. Road Dogg being the head writer of SmackDown. I'm trying to think of the time period that he was the head writer of SmackDown, and I feel like I like that period of SmackDown.
Well, he said, I don't remember the exact time, but he did say he was in the era of Vince changing everything.
Okay, that's
so he literally got driven insane.
That's everybody. That's everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So he was the head writer when he would take a script to Vince, and Vince would be like, nope.
I mean, there's a time period SmackDown was their best show.
Yeah.
Anyway, at any point in time, he control of, even like 2016 SmackDown, AJ Styles, WWE champ, and Dean Ambrose SmackDown, that was still good stuff.
I thought they were trying to kill off Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and he was still killing it.
Came to a whole new guy.
Because his stuff his segments were horrible.
Oh,
but he still was Dean Ambrose in the ring.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dean Ambrose, I know I have fallen off on the AEW hype. I know you are still a fan.
I am still for Tony Khan. Yeah.
Please give me an AEW update, because we got Ricky Starks in NXT. We don't know if he's going to be Ricky Starks.
I don't know.
I'm going to tune into NXT after this to find out he's supposed to sign his contract.
No.
We got supposedly Aleister Black and Miro headed back to WWE.
Yeah. So AEW right now is going through a period of exodus.
Yeah, but you got Josh Alexander.
That which is going to lead to some bangers. I think what we need to understand about AEW is that you have to look at it as the alternative.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think if you look at it solely from that aspect of it, not solely, but as part of it,
I will forever love AEW because when I was feeling the most down on WWE, I enjoyed AEW.
Yeah.
When they were at Daly's place every week, I ate it up.
Ate it up, bro. Ate it up, bro. And like AEW is. They knock it because, you know, Tony is only new to booking, right? It's only he's fantasy booked on 4chan forums for 20 some odd years, but you know, now he's actually got the wrestlers and your
deep cut, right? I love it.
So like he's only 6 years in the game booking professional wrestling. All right, cool, right? And he's learning by the minute. And all that. AEW in ring is all right. If I may speak frankly and graphically, my friend. I hope this is
that's why I brought you here.
Right. AEW matches when they hit, they are like unprotected sex. Okay. If they're unprotected, they're soft bits. They're it's the heat, it's the excitement, it's the rush, it's the, you know, it's the ha. You know what I mean? Like you get a lot of ha. You know what I mean? Granted, you know the style isn't. You know, style's fast paced. Style doesn't lean itself to, you know, your traditional work cell format. But like, you know, Paul Heyman did an interview and this quote came across my feed, and he said that AEW is Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn in 1999.
Poetry in the ring.
And damn it, and that once he said that, I was like, that's exactly what it is at the top of the card. Now, AEW suffers from too much going on, and when AEW gets directionless, it tends to wander. Yeah. Right? Like,
and that's where they lost me. Because I heyday love Ring of Honor 2016, like 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor, love the beginning of AEW. Yeah. Where they lost me is when they started it, and to be honest with you, it's my wrestling fan PTSD.
Yeah,
they would start a storyline and then cut it.
Cut it. Yeah,
that's what. And then I was like, nope, I could get this from WWE.
Yeah. Well, you need to go therapy for that, buddy. All right, you need to go therapy for that. You know, which,
I just want to find out what happens.
That's part of the growing pains of it. You know, and as an AEW fan, you know, I've watched every pay-per-view. I mean, I got a group of friends that
Their pay-per-views are fantastic.
Make it like it's a TV stuff. It's a week-to-week bone. You know what I mean? If you could get AEW on a focused path to the next big show, it's around like 2 weeks before the go home. It's going to be a cooker.
And that's I'm trying to give it grace because I've gone back and I've watched Nitro when it first started.
Yeah.
I've watched Raw when it first started. Yeah. There's a lot to be said getting TV from week to week.
Yeah.
It is difficult.
They're very difficult.
Like, Nitro didn't catch its footing till the NWO storyline.
Yeah.
You know, they were throwing stuff at the wall every week.
Glacier, brother.
Dude.
Blood runs cold.
Yeah, bro. Mortis, Rat, all that.
You know.
Vince was throwing the little guys in there.
Right,
Vince was doing the mini wrestling.
Doing the minis,
so,
bro.
I get it. So I'm trying to have grace. And that's why I like checking in with you and Evan, seeing how AEW, because I'm not pro WWE and anti AEW. I love pro wrestling.
Yeah.
I watch MLW. I love MLW.
AEW is bangers.
I love OVW.
Yeah, man. Like, AEW is just bangers, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's.
And I mean, now we got Osprey, Omega, Page, Alexander's coming.
Right.
You know, like, I'm here
so Revolution's picking up, man. They just where you get Kyle Fletcher, Osprey in a cage. Hopefully, I know they just announced some championship series where the winner is going to be facing Kenny Omega for the international championship, even though he's not the champion. They do weird things like that. That's weird booking wise. I get it. Like,
I just wish we'd have a little more like New Japan crossover,
right?
Because that's what I love the appeal about Ring of Honor in 2016.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though, right? They bringing the international the best parts of what Americans love about New Japan is in
everyone's
AEW,
in a faction,
right? It's gang warfare, and you got Okada just hanging out there, just doing Okada shit.
Well, because the Young Bucks left him.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Like that was his tribe. Right. And there's like,
you know, and like when it comes to New Japan, right? I watched that. The Wrestle Dynasty show.
Yeah.
Day after. My boys, we had to go see it because for the Omega match, bro.
Yeah.
And they got some good shit going on over there. It's just so different.
Yeah, I love the Mighty Don't Kneel. That's
You're
probably my favorite
TDMK, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Zack Sabre Jr., bro. Like he goes hard, bro. I like, and everybody's so different over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a real technical guy like Zack Sabre Jr. was the World Heavyweight Champion. He just lost the championship.
He had a pretty good quote this week.
What did he say?
He said, trying to get Americans hyped about technical wrestling is like trying to read Shakespeare to pigs.
Damn. Okay. All right, Zach, you got that one. You got us on that one.
Yeah.
You got it on that one. I mean, like
I'm guilty of that sometimes.
Man.
I love a good storyline above all else, but I love a good technical match too.
Yeah, you know, we're all raised on Angle Benoit. I think that's what gets us going. But like,
I'm from the golden age where the wrestling wasn't that great.
Right, his stuff is all chain and like, and it's really barbaric joint, right? Yeah. Barbaric joint manipulation. Yeah. It's something to behold.
Yeah,
it's something to behold.
He's the cruiserweight division on Nitro.
Right,
I mean?
Right. So AEW right now is shaping up for another great pay-per-view. We're gonna
getting more into it. I'm getting back in there. You know, we do cover other wrestling companies.
Right. We get MJF versus Hangman, which has been
super hype about that.
Right. I think we may need to get a swerve.
How do you see this Death Riders thing playing out?
Okay, they need to pivot. Because
every time I tune in and they do get me and I'm hyped, it's just everyone from AEW comes out and tries to, like, the Death Riders come out and start it, and then the locker room, and then it's a whole thing.
Yeah, well, they've since passed that on now that the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland.
Okay, he's chilling.
Now he's with them. So he's paired off. He's facing Mox at Revolution.
Okay.
At Grand Slam in Australia, the Death Riders beat them.
The tiny ring?
Yeah.
The tiny ring incident?
All right, Mark.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. That's a dumb thing.
I did see a doctored video or photo where they made it way smaller.
It looks like this ring back here. Yeah. You know,
wrestling fans are going to make up some.
The man's going to hate for hate's sake, you know?
Yeah, dude.
See, like, everything's simmering. Now with the Death Riders, they need something to shake it up.
Yeah,
now with Copeland involved with this story with Mox,
he can't be the savior, right?
He can't be.
They got to have someone else that comes in and saves this, right? Like Kenny Omega coming back with the Young Bucks.
I'm seeing
the Elite, like the original Elite,
right? But also AEW does things that. Your shows make you feel make you feel emotional, like sick. I would say like
nauseous,
like right, but in a good way, something that make your stomach turn.
And I'm not for all the blood and the death matches. Sometimes I'm like, nah, too far.
Sometimes let's go hard, but like it's like, oh, you guys did that. Yeah. You guys like, you know what I mean, like
using real glass,
right? The car crash style, old ECW pay per view, right?
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So this is my prediction for the. I'm getting a feeling that Mox is gonna lose to Copeland to Cope. And Christian Cage is going to come in because he has a guaranteed shot. He has that. It's like the sword of Damocles.
Okay,
He won that back at All in August, September, right? He's been calling around that thing.
But Cage has got to let it play. He's got to let it play.
He's going to be slimy about it right now, which Christian Cage is into this.
The patriarchy.
The patriarchy. He's doing great shit, right? You know.
One of the true success stories outside of WWE.
Yes.
Like, my man suffered in WWE, but killed it in TNA, killed it in AEW.
Imagine if Vince McMahon could get past this face.
And the size.
And the size,
I think he could not get past him.
You know what I
He was
mean?
smaller than
Like-
the Edge. And he didn't like the Edge was.
He should have, like in 2005, it should have been like a summer series of Christian versus John Cena.
Yeah.
When Cena first got the Raw after
Yep.
that should have been like that Vengeance, then that SummerSlam, and then blow it off at Unforgiven, and then they have Christian do something else with somebody else, and then like give him a real good, give him an actual opportunity to be top level heel. You know,
He could have been. They didn't give Christian the chance, and they didn't give a serious R-Truth the chance to be top level heels when they really could have been.
Now, R-Truth in 2011, bro, when he was trolling, bro, when he was a good R-Truth. Oh my God. When he beat up John Morrison, it's like, someone give me a cigarette. Well, I was, oh man, like.
The best he was. The best he ever was.
And then little Jimmy happened. And then, like, you know, we got God's gift to comedic professional
I mean, he's
wrestling.
crushed. I love this version of R-Truth, but I really enjoyed
I really wish we got more of that, right? Like that Run the Truth Killings and like TNA and 02 type shit, right? 03,
dude.
yeah.
He was a menace.
Man,
what? In the best way possible.
What?
All right, before we get out of here, I want to get your thoughts. Last topic. Gunther cutting the Yeet promo, walking through the crowd, being like, "I can do this too." You know, how do you feel? How do you feel about Gunther, Jey Uso heading into WrestleMania?
Okay, well, since we just saw the match, it's Saturday Night's Main Event, right? Which I did not watch. So, like, being given the fact that they're running the match back, that they've already given to people for free on television, it's really throwing me for a loop for this build, right? I'm into the fact that Jey Uso's getting the spotlight, right? The prime spotlight. Like, odds are it's going to be him at the end of night 1 or 2 yeeting, and then it's going to be like fireworks with every yeet, bro.
I hope all the Samoans come out.
Yeah,
too.
right.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Family.
And he's as one is quote unquote not supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, he can submit himself into the annals of WWE history forever. See, that's old. That's an old WrestleMania promo word. It's the annals of history at the showcase of the immortals, right? Like, he can really do that.
I love when they get poetic,
right? Because it is poetry,
of course.
right? But with Gunther, it's like, okay, if I feel like if he wins, it's gonna be flat.
Yeah,
we've already seen it.
It could be nuclear heat, though.
Nah,
you think it'll fall flat?
I think it's gonna be poo poo.
I agree with you.
I think it's gonna be poo poo.
But
yeet. I want to yeet on that. I think. But Gunther's gonna make Jey look like $1 million.
Yeah,
he's gonna beat the ever loving shit out of him.
Yeah,
and then once that spear Uso splash happens, and it's gonna be Bruce gonna come off that place at Allegiant Stadium.
I'm hyped for it, man, because he deserves it. They built a new top guy.
Built a new top guy,
and Gunther can take the loss.
Yeah.
Because that part where they said he's been champion for 80% of his career.
Yeah.
I want to see him do all of the feuds he does. You don't get to do at the top of the card.
Yeah.
You know, so I still want to see a payoff with him and his crony.
Like you said,
I think him and Ludwig could have a great feud.
I can see that turning after WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
If you lose, it's like you lost, and then turn on him, right? You know.
Yeah,
we can see. This whole WrestleMania season is. It's like this desk in this room. It's just too many wrestlers to really have a really.
That's what I'm saying. What's one feud that you don't want them to mess up? That Corey Perry needs to have happen at this WrestleMania. We're like, as long as I get this, I'm good.
As long as I get that, try and dig deep. I need Street Profits to win tag team championships.
Yes. Please say that again. Street Profits tag champions.
Want the smoke? Like that promo on Friday, bro.
They're fire.
They're like
the more intense Street Profits. We've all been asking them. Drop the cups. Be serious.
Yeah.
And we thought we were getting that with Lashley,
Yeah.
but we didn't know they were already sour on Lashley when they put them together.
Yeah. That's unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
You know, you really held the Street Profits back a whole year with that
Yes,
situation.
yes.
You know,
And B-Fab.
I think Street Profits running roughshod, you know what I mean, and then like winning in underhanded fashion at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Start that anti-hero Street Profit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. No, have them just be bad,
Straight
just
up
mean,
heels?
straight up heels.
Okay.
I don't want with no colors, just black head to toe. I need Montez to have the you can even have the Michael Jackson glove be black, but I need serious, maybe gold trim, but not that much.
But
gold.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit, right?
The accent, that you're
Right.
champs, that you are champs.
You're champs. Let the gold shine through, but you know, I need that.
I want new music. I want
Yeah.
all of it. Because I just found out that they've been using the music from an old Sasha Banks tag team.
Really?
Yeah.
As they're like the current ones?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
No.
I'll show you when we get out, yeah.
Okay.
But I want a little swerve. I want AJ and Braun, but I want AJ to leave with the IC title. I want him to get a fun little Mania moment. Like, I know we want him to be world champ.
Yeah.
I want him to be world champ.
Yeah.
But it would be nice.
You're
to
not
get
going to
IC title.
get too many more AJ Styles matches at WrestleMania.
No.
You know.
If they're putting him in for a belt of any sorts, I want him to.
Question for you before we're leaving. What is LA Knight going to be doing at WrestleMania?
Shinsuke. That's why I think they slammed on the brakes and put him back with Shinsuke, because I would, to spice it up,
Yeah.
I would love them to throw Carmelo Hayes and Andrade back in there. Give me a four corner like ladder match for the U.S. title.
Or elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah, do something different than
Something.
fall.
Man. Something.
I mean, like, with shows like this, bro, we go around
Big
to
Jim. Big Jim could be in there too.
Big Jim.
Miz.
You know
Miz
what?
is in the undercard on SmackDown.
Miz. Oh my
So
god.
there's a lot of different ways, and there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of wrestlers that they got to get on the card.
Get on
this
the
year.
card, man. I think that's the thing with pro wrestling right now is bursting at the seams with talent and even more coming in by the day. So
The indies are thriving. AEW's thriving.
You know,
WWE's thriving.
you know, and we as fans are very blessed to have the opportunity to.
I know, man. Like, our biggest complaint right now is our favorite star might not get enough TV time.
Yeah, man, and which is a gross amount of professional wrestler. You know, almost considering who may need to have a mental illness.
Yeah.
You
I
much
know
more-
I got one
yeah.
for sure. I mean, you look at the room we're sitting
Yeah,
in
man.
right now.
Pretty sick, man.
This is in my house.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He's got a wife and everything.
Yeah, she's cool with
She
it.
don't come in here.
She's like, you do you.
You do
man.
you,
You do
boo.
you,
That's
boo.
supportive, man. That's great.
Well, where can they find you at, Corey?
Well, man, you can find me on Instagram at _Corey Perry. You can find me on X at Corey Perry, and you can find me at Blue Sky, which I have yet to Blue Sky yet, but
Another social
at
media.
Corey Perry, CoreyPerry. And if you guys are going to go to All In Texas this summer, I will probably be in shorts.
Hit
yelling.
him up.
I will probably be howling and telling you. Oh, no, I'm probably just hitting that swerve dance over and over again.
Is Swerve your favorite?
Oh,
AEW?
bro,
Yeah,
Swerve,
Swerve's my
bro,
favorite too.
Swerve is killing
Swerve's my dude.
them.
I was watching a bunch of old kill shot lucha
Yeah,
matches
man.
on YouTube.
The way he just moves in the ring, it's
so smooth,
so
Swerve's the
smooth.
perfect persona for him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Swerve.
Right, Swerve.
Swerve.
You know,
Sweet. Corey, thank you so much for
no,
being
man,
here.
thank you for having me, brother.
We're on the road to WrestleMania,
Yeah.
guys. Hit that subscribe button. We got so much more wrestling to come your way. We'll see you next time.